Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability. It is Tuesday, September 20th. And as the title of this video sheds light on, I have been working in the background on some investigative efforts and criminal reporting efforts. And I believe that I have got enough that I wanted to share some conversations I had. This is a much larger subject. But I want you and the audience that are listening to this to listen to a conversation I had with a representative from the Skagit County Sheriff's Office regarding an attempt to report on some criminal election behavior that I've talked about on this channel and I've shared with people throughout the county. And the response I got from the Skagit County Sheriff's Office.
By the primary, not or by the parties, not by the federal government per se.
Yeah. Yeah, Detective Wiggins. So, I heard you say that you're off. The Skagit County Sheriff won't accept my criminal complaint and to go somewhere else. I do understand that you have a referral ability that I do not have, and you are the Skagit County law enforcement agency with the top oversight of county activities.
So, when you've reported these issues in the past,
Yep.
You have been referred multiple times to the Washington State Attorney General's office. That has been reviewed by the prosecutor, who informed our office that that is the correct avenue for these types of complaints. So that is where I'm referring you to now.
Okay.
That you need to contact them to make this complaint.
Okay. And this is new. It sounds like you've talked, when you say prosecutor, I don't know if you're talking deputy prosecutor or prosecutor, the elected official.
Just from reviewing the prior calls, it was you can do a public information request to get that information if you want, but it appeared that it was the prosecutor.
Okay. Weyrich.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then as far as, I will tell you that what you've relayed to me, there's new information in it. Are you saying that the previous information submitted to your office was not forwarded to another agency? Because
I don't know about that.
Well, no one is.
So I don't know about any specific information, but I wouldn't from what I have access to.
Okay.
So,
well, you do understand
that. Something else.
I'm just telling you that I've not heard the Skagit County Sheriff Office tell me that what you appear to have been told in past instances, but that's fine. And you're telling me the Skagit County.
Well, I can tell you when you spoke to Sergeant Sigmund, he told you that we are not going to refer information to the FBI, that you would be the one that would have to contact them yourself, which he also correctly told you that is the best way for them to get information to begin with, because then they're not getting it third hand. I'm not aware of any other information that we were requested to forward to any other parties. And I don't know of any other information that was forwarded to anyone, but as I noted, I wouldn't necessarily be aware of that based on what I can see, and as a deputy with, we don't give everybody access to every piece of information that the office holds. So.
Yeah, I understand. All right, so let's put that behind us then. So this is a new filing that I tried to submit, so you're telling me to contact the Secretary of State's office, and that's now the
State Attorney General's office.
The State Attorney General's office. And is there a specific number you wish that you can direct me to that I should contact?
No, but just doing an internet search would get you the number that you need. There'll be something for the private citizen to make a complaint on their webpage.
Okay, and then it sounds like you understand who I am as far as the background of me pursuing these matters.
I'm just aware of the prior cases, just because I look that up when anytime we get fraud complaints or anything like that. And certain calls, I tend to look at the RP to kind of get a better idea what they might be asking for before I call them.
Well, that's fine.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so where I was going with that is moving forward, that's not, that piece of information is, I've got a pretty extensive history as far as Skagit County goes. That's a new piece of information. The public is not generally aware that the Skagit County Sheriff Mcdermott's office won't be investigating any further actions. Is this strictly for election crimes, or is this for elected official investigations?
My understanding is that this would be for anything related to election fraud, things of that nature. The Attorney General's office handles those investigations. Anything involving a public official, that kind of depends on what we're dealing with. I can't make a broad statement about who handles what, because there are different law enforcement agencies that specialize in different things. Also, I can tell you, just as a matter of course, the sheriff's office tends not to handle criminal investigations into its own personnel because of the conflict of interest there, so those would be passed off to other agencies. And similarly, if someone were to one day have to arrest the sheriff himself, that would actually fall on the coroner. So there's kind of a whole bunch of things that go into play there based on the situation, and it's just impossible for me to tell you in a very broadly general statement.
No, like and that's fair. I appreciate that. I was trying to find out if to save some time in the future, but for now, at least, election-related criminal complaints will not be accepted to go through the Attorney General's office.
They need, those based on the direction provided by the prosecutor's office should be directed to the Washington State Attorney General's office and to the FBI, depending on the situation, and they'll be able to tell you which situation you fall under. Again, since that's just not a portion of law enforcement that we deal with.
Election crimes?
I couldn't tell you what the different, at what point does it become federal, at what point does it become state, right. But they would be able to do that.
Okay. And that's, you've been informative. Thank you. I will convey again, you are telling me new information. I haven't heard before, so it's significant, and I will be sharing it with the public in general. Okay. So thank you for your time.
No problem.
Yeah, bye. Well, that's right. So right now, according to this statement by Detective Wiggins with the Skagit County Sheriff's Office, I've been told that the prosecuting attorney, Weyrich, and the Skagit County Sheriff Mcdermott have both concluded that they have no role in investigating or referring. I brought it up at the very beginning of this phone call, referring criminal referrals to the Attorney General's office for investigation for election crimes and government corruption. I will tell you that this call kind of made me laugh inside my head. I do believe they're all corrupt. I'll share with everyone that. I believe Mcdermott's been implicated in enough that he is going to go away for a long time at some point and be housed in a concrete box with steel doors in front of him, steel bars. And what we're seeing with this phone call, what we heard in that phone call, is the beginning of that. Now, I want you to hear what a representative from the Attorney General's office had to say regarding this same subject.
You called the Criminal Justice Division?
Yes.
Yes, and we don't, so we're a law office, and we take, our legal cases come from county prosecutors, referrals from county prosecutors. Mm-hmm. And so...
so you're saying a county prosecutor could submit a government corruption or something, but that's not the right number for me.
Yes, because they would have a conflict of interest prosecuting their own employees. So we deal largely with cases where there's a conflict of interest because the prosecutor's office would be prosecuting people who are in their same office.
Or what about the county government?
Yes, county prosecutors. County offices. So they would be sort of like prosecuting if the King County prosecutor were prosecuting somebody at the King County Sheriff's Office. That would be a conflict of interest.
Yeah, and they
would refer the case to us.
Right. Okay.
But so when you're talking about, the corruption that you're talking about, it isn't the case that has gotten to that point yet. Or you're not talking about a case, you're talking about reporting, so starting a case. And so if you want to start a legal case, you could see a lawyer or like report it to the state auditor, and then they would start looking into what you're talking about.
Okay. Or if the prosecuting attorney and sheriff said, "Hey, we need you to we have a county government issue. We want the attorney general to deal with this because we have a conflict of interest," right?
Yeah, right. So if someone looked into the case and decided that there was a case they wanted to prosecute, and it was the county prosecutor, and they saw a conflict of interest because they suspected some corruption, then they might refer the case to us.
Okay.
Under those conditions.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you think about that? The attorney general says that I need to get the prosecuting attorney to initiate a referral after the sheriff looks at the information because there's either a conflict of interest or there is actual evidence enough of government corruption. But what does the sheriff say? Not part of that at all, because Sheriff Mcdermott and Prosecuting Attorney Weyrich are both co-conspirators, and they are trying to stop this train from running them over. This train is called justice. It will be served upon them. It will be harsh. And I am telling you now, what we are seeing is their scheme is falling apart. I have proven their corruption over and over, and I want all of you to stand with me as we hold them accountable. Thank you.